Well, hello there, good people. Jason here with Green Country Agriforestry coming at you. Oh, what is this? First week of October. There's a little angel kitty right down there. Here, hi. This one is just starting to get to the point where she trusts me a little bit. But we aren't here to talk about her. I just heard this horrible ruckus coming from around the side of the house over here. Yeah. Do you hear that noise? I think those are wrens chattering. I have no idea what they're chattering about. But, I mean, they're noisy. Can you hear them? Wrens. That's wrens. Seems to be an awful lot of excessive peeping, too. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Like a minute ago, I'm pretty sure I heard them around the air conditioner right over there, because there's, you know, a little ledge that they can perch on, and I think that they're hanging out there. But I think the chatter's coming from up in those trees up there. All right, so we got firewood. Check this out. We got our. This is one of those little chicken coop kits that you can get. Picked it up to give the cats the opportunity to play around outside, but now they're pretty much permanent indoor kitties. I know. And so we needed a use for this thing, so we're just, you know, covered it with a tarp. And it's going to keep our firewood nice and dry. There we go. Sorry about the rapid movement there. That's just looking here. Seminole pumpkin still sprawling out. Taking advantage of these last remaining days of warmth. And let me see. Somewhere in all of this, we've got a pumpkin. Yeah, there she is. That's her. That's a pumpkin. Starting to turn, this one is. It's about time I did something with our corn patch. Because of the really, really lousy weather that we had this year, our first batch of corn came out very, very poorly, and I did not estimate that we'd have enough time to get a good second crop in like we ordinarily did. So we've just let this go fallow. It's got Bermuda grass in, and oh my gosh, we got to get that out of there and fast. It's already going to seed. Morning glories, getting up and over and into our plum tree. Gotta get that taken down. Ooh, almost squished this one. Hi, how are you doing? I mean, I very nearly squished you. I just felt something crawling, and my apologies. You okay? Are you okay, little fella? My apologies. Yeah, we're going to put you someplace where you can do some good. Well, that one's a little bit too big for you to take on right now. I appreciate your willingness to perform the job. But let's look for a better place for you to hang out, huh? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Let's get you down onto some greenery. There's got to be some little critters, some ants or something that you can hunt down here, huh? There you go. That's better. Better you're here than on my back, huh? Ooh, you're lucky. I almost squished you. Oh boy. Would you look at that? one of my little seedling starts, one of my little cherry tomato seedling starts. I never did get around to planting. I just stuck it over here. It's still managed to produce some tomatoes. Isn't that something? Oh boy. We're getting cooler weather, and that means that we're going to have to start bringing some of this stuff indoors. I'm going to need to repot some of these succulents. This big planter was really good for growing out these pups, but I think they're going to need their own space soon enough. I don't really sell succulents. These are good for helping out with getting your cuttings to root, because you know, the aloe is good for protecting the injured plant tissue, same as it protects injured human tissue for that matter. Alright guys, this is what we really wanted to look at. We've got lots of goji berry, but these are the oldest ones, and when we first planted these, there was I think I planted 7 of them all together, and now there's just like 3 left here. But they need more sunshine than anything. They're okay on a forest edge, but if you've got them with too much shade, they don't do well. So there was a van, a friend's van, that was parked next to these for about a year or 2, and they didn't get very big during that time. But look at all the fruit that's on these. Now, goji berry is it's like a multivitamin, really. They also call it the Himalayan life berry. As far as flavor goes, they are not fantastic. It's best to let them ripen. And after they're fully ripened, they're going to get a little bit darker red than this when they fully ripen. But whenever they fully ripen, you should be able to just gently tug and they'll come free in your hand. So these aren't there yet. But after that, dehydrate. Then you just eat a handful every day. You know, about a dozen berries a day. Keeps the doctor away. Just treat it exactly like a multivitamin, only it's one that you can grow as a nice, somewhat thorny hedge under your bedroom windows. As long as there's not too much shade to keep them from getting big. They can get up to 12 foot wide and 12 foot tall in adequate sunlight. So there you go. Goji berry. Do you like figs? Yeah, I do too. I don't know if these ones are going to get ripe before winter comes upon us, but well, at least the tree's trying. That's 4 little seeds from one flower. Once you get enough flowers, and they make enough seeds. Ooh. Look at all those. Oh yeah, there's a lot more in there. Cypress vine is not a it's not a food plant by any means. Oh, look at all these. They're not ripe yet. You know, they have to ripen up before you can harvest them. That's going to be a lot of seeds. Okay, I think I can say with confidence we are going to have enough seeds that I can probably package up some for sale. greencountryagroforestry.com for trees, seeds, and other garden needs. What a delightful little fall flower growing on a feathery vine that emerges late enough in the year that it doesn't really threaten the development of most of your other plants in your garden, unlike some of the other forms of morning glory. This is an ipomea, like a morning glory. And here in the late season, it's doing an excellent job of feeding the pollinators and the hummingbirds. I have seen hummingbirds all over these cypress vines and butterflies all over these vines. And so as you have some of your other perennial vegetation and even some of your annuals going into senescence, the cypress vine is growing up and using those structures that they've created as its own little trellis, and that creates more opportunities for life and beauty. As you can see, the seeds are plentiful, and left to their own devices, they will reseed themselves very, very readily. There we go. Yep, the fall garden is an amazing place. Spend some time here, you never know who or what you're going to run into. Hello there. Are you Mom? Guys, I hope you found today's video informative or entertaining, or a little bit of both, and if you did, well, you know what to do. I'll catch you next time. Until then, get out there and get growing.